Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 4 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube on Iwer TV. In the headlines, a TNT under a yellow adverse weather alert from tomorrow as a tropical wave passes. Linda's Bakery closes 2 of its branches permanently. Union leader calls on parliamentarians to cut their own salaries. And internationally, inflation surges to 83% in Turkey. It is being described as the mother and father of all evil. And now the news in detail. The Met Office is advising the population that from 5 a.m. tomorrow, Trinidad and Tobago and surrounding marine areas will be under an adverse weather alert yellow level, which will remain in effect until noon on Friday. According to the advisory, periods of rain and/or showers of varying intensities are expected from early Wednesday morning, commencing over Tobago and eastern areas of Trinidad as an active tropical wave traverses westward over our area. The Met Service forecasters warn of a high 70% chance of heavy showers and thunderstorms that can produce an intense rainfall in excess of 25 millimeters. Linda's Bakery has permanently closed 2 of its branches. In a Facebook post, Linda's stated that the Citygate and Princestown locations closed their doors for the last time on Friday. The statement said that this was not an easy decision to make and thanked its customers for their support over the years. Linda said customers who used to visit Citygate can instead visit its excellent center, Queen Street and Park Street branches in Port of Spain. As for customers who used to visit the Princestown location, can visit its nearby Marabella, High Street and Gulf City branches as an option. Union leader Michael Anisette has made a call for parliamentarians to cut their own salaries. He wants government to share the sacrifice of the people and cut their salaries by 25%. Anisette was speaking at a virtual post-budget forum when he said now is a hard time for working people in TNT and parliamentarians should make sacrifices too. He said that given all the allowances and perks afforded to parliamentarians, they should stand in solidarity with the challenges facing the ordinary people by cutting a portion of their salary rather than simply passing measures that penalize the population. Internationally, inflation in Turkey has climbed above 83%, a 24-year high. The transport, food and housing sectors have seen the biggest rise in prices. The transport sector saw the sharpest increase in annual prices at 117.66%, followed by food and non-alcoholic drinks at 93%. Last year, the Turkish president took the unorthodox step of cutting interest rates to try to boost the economy. The president has described interest rates as the mother and father of all evil. And that was the 4 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM and online, Facebook and YouTube on Iwer TV. Recapping the headlines, TNT under a yellow adverse weather alert from tomorrow as a tropical wave passes. Linda's Bakery closes 2 of its branches permanently. Union leader calls on parliamentarians to cut their own salaries. And internationally, inflation surges to 83% in Turkey. It is being described as the mother and father of all evil. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.
News from the street. 919fm.com.
And the Street 919 FM has embarked on a peace treaty as we aim to bring back peace, love and unity to the streets of Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, there is no life in war, but there is life only in peace. Join the Street 919 FM together in this peace treaty as we bring back peace on the streets of Trinidad and Tobago.
The Street 919. FM.
Bring back peace on the street.
Bless the world with harmony. There's no greater time for love, no greater time for peace.
Yo, this is Turner, and we say bring back the peace to all the people at Trinidad and Tobago and the world. They bring back them peace. In the streets, we need it.
Oh no. When life changes, you got to change with it. You got to work with it until things can be better. Life so strange. The friends you had before, you don't see them no more. As soon as you don't have continue once, no one to pull you up, no one to push you up. Only fighting it on like grabbing a bucket. Now we gonna reach it up. We not giving up. And we hold on your friend right now cause we festive. No one can pull you down. No one can push you down. Cause right now we festive. No one can pull you down. No one can stop you now. When I reach out the bucket, for whatever, backward never. When I come out the bucket, for whatever, backward never. When I reach out the bucket, for whatever, backward never. When I come out the bucket, when I climb out the bucket, let people talk and say what they wanna say. That don't bother me. Once I have life and I happy, I don't care. Now my bitter tend to sweet. They wanna say love my name like bleach. When I learn my lesson in life, I know one. No one to pull you up, no one to put you up. Only fighting it on like grabbing a bucket. Now we gonna reach it up. We not giving up. And we hold on your friend right now cause we festive. No one can pull you down. No one can push you down. Cause right now we festive. No one can pull you down. No one can stop you now. When I reach out the bucket, for whatever, backward never. When I come out the bucket, for whatever, backward never. When I reach out the bucket, for whatever, backward never. When I come out the bucket, when I climb out the bucket.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world, the street 919fm.com.
91.9 is counting down 91 days of Christmas. Yes, 91 days of Christmas. It's karaoke, prizes to be won, giveaways. It's the 91 days of Christmas on the street. 919 FM.
I could sing a good serenade. Oh, it's Christmas.
91.9 Bago Bashment presents On Board the Embassy Tobago Carnival Boat Ride Week.
Tobago Carnival Boat Ride Weekend.
Boarding at the Pigeon Point Jetty. Kicking things off from the 24th to the 30th of October. Walk with your food and coolers. Come experience October 24th. Pan on the boat. October 25th. ISO on the boat. October 26th. Chutney on the boat. Tickets are $200. Available at islandetickets.com or 91.9 FM Tobago. The party continues October 27th. Water on the boat. October 28th. Power Soca. October 29th. Groovy on the boat.
October 30th.
Juve on the boat. Tickets are $200. Available at islandetickets.com or 91.9 FM Tobago. For tickets, call 814723-363-4030 or 368-1932 or check us out on Facebook at Embassy Cruises for bookings or email at embassycruises@gmail.com. Tobago Carnival Ride Weekend.
Carnival Ride
Want to furnish your home in style? Stylus Furniture makes this possible. Shop using our affordable layaway options to purchase any of our modern sectionals, dining, living room, or bedroom sets, and receive a dinner voucher for two at Ateliers Restaurant and Lounge. For further information, contact us at 652-2542, 652-2688, and 790-1202. You can also visit any of our branches located at 101 Patnash Village, Princestown, and 51 Rushwood Street in San Fernando. Stylus Furniture, for the style in you.
Your Tobago Carnival experience begins here. The ultimate carnival premiere event. The first premiere event of Tobago Carnival 2022. Your event celebrity cast starring Showin Winchester, Kamanabi, Viking Ding Dong, Swap Dance Swabby, Mr. Oscar B, the beautiful Adana, Mr. Iwer George, straight out of St. Vincent, Kimmy Fabulous, Patrice Roberts, the soca queen herself, will be gracing the stage live with all her massive hits. October 25th, Pigeon Point Beach, Heritage Park. Are you ready?
Tune into the street 91.9 FM
Every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the repairing of the breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinal Thomas.
The scripture says, "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places."
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in.
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach Radio program with Bishop Sherwin R. Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
The legendary Desperados Steel Orchestra presents their fundraising 5K run and walk on Sunday, October 16th, beginning and ending at the Pan Theater, corner Traggeridge Road and Victoria Avenue in Port of Spain. Be treated with breakfast on the morning and a steel band clash afterwards, featuring First Citizens Supernovas, Shell Invaders, and the legends themselves, Desperados Steel Orchestra. Register now for only $125 at bafasports.com/Despers5K or call 283-1365. Breakfast tickets cost only $200 and will be available at the Pan Theater. It's Desperados Steel Orchestra's fundraising 5K and walk, breakfast, and Pan Jam on Sunday, October 16th. Come and show your love.
Good, that boat ride looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat ride look like it was wet.
Going out and body the people better we cause them trouble.
We are the street. 919 FM. The only radio station bringing perfect balance between entertainment and talk. Updating you with current affairs and social issues.
So what, we should just sit down and take the foolishness that's being meted out because of you feel that all you're real bad?
Right? Unlike his situation that I don't even want to go back and bring up and highlight.
You don't have a good record where that is concerned?
Having you in the loop with trends and entertainment. Providing music that lives on.
Darling, I feel the disco.
And spiritual food for the body, mind, and soul.
Satan so bold face, he not taking that.
The Street. 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Here's a paid political announcement.
P&M family. Tell me, are you ready? To build back a country. We forward with Kid Rowley. When are you ready then? Let's do this. Trinbago, are you ready? Rolling with the Red Army. For the love of your country, place your vote with the P&M family. Trinbago, get ready. Forward in with Kid Rowley. For the love of your country, make sure you vote with the P&M family. Say, come on, my people, let's stand together underneath the red, white, and black banner, yo. Burn out corruption like leaves, it a scatter. With tricks and insult, the people, they're flattered. The partnership done sink already. So vote P&M with Dr. Kid Rowley. Right leader, right time. I've made up my mind to build back the sweet paradise.
Sherry Live. Show not starting till 2:50 on the boat live. Are very serious this afternoon.
For the love of your country, place your vote with the P&M family. Trinbago, get ready. Forward in with Kid Rowley. For the love of your country, make sure you vote with the P&M family. We often boast and say God is a tree. A blessed nation, the Caribbean envy. All of a sudden, like the place get heavy. Things now go right, cause God no like ugly. So come on, my people, let's do this together. Vote P&M to uplift each other. So come on.
So far, I'm not liking my numbers and I'm not liking my shares. The show not starting till 2:50 on the boat live.
Rolling with the Red Army. For the love of your country, place your vote with the P&M family. Trinbago, get ready. Forward in with Kid Rowley. For the love of your country, make sure you vote with the P&M. Dr. Kid Rowley, a leader phenomenal. The partnership full of pirates and criminal. Send with the doctor, cause the state is critical. Searching to perform on the country's political structure. And he is a doctor we need. 24 years veteran, born to lead. On the 7th of September, my country a bleed. For Dr. Rowley and the P&M team. Trinbago, are you ready? Rolling with the Red Army. For the love of your country, place your vote with the P&M family. Trinbago, get ready. Forward in with Kid Rowley. For the love of your country, make sure you vote with the P&M family. Big man thing is love we require to see Trinbago higher and higher. And if you're ready, you know, join us, my people, and come on. Let's do this. Tell them the 7th of September. Make it a day to remember. And put it down on your calendar. Yeah. Well, old man to the station. This one is a serious mission. Well, all hands on deck. This is a matter of life and death. To tell me, are you ready then? I know I am ready. Tell me, are you ready?
All right, the thing looking good. Share it. YouTube. Big up the whole YouTubers today, 250 on the live. Big up Walter Pierre, Deem Rodney, Karen Amanda Rodriguez, Sam Wharton, Buzz Loveless. Good afternoon to Kevin Williams, Lorna Peruse, Akil. Big up your whole self. Irma Douglas. Good afternoon to your Point Commander Sharon, Nigel Woodley. Good afternoon. Akil talking about sycophants. Akil, I tell you, behave yourself on my live. Okay, it's too much time I want in here. Trevor Cummins, good afternoon to you. How you doing? Alana James. Yeah? And Trevor, good afternoon to you. I know Trevor is on the inside. Joan Williams as well. Good afternoon to you, Tanti Joan. And Yvette McPhee. So 261 on YouTube. Big up your whole self. Facebook struggling to come up, but you're getting there. 246. So let's go. Good afternoon to Lennox. Good afternoon to Eva. Top of the afternoon to Damian Vincent. How you doing, baby? Hope you're having a good day today. Remember to share the live in all the PNM groups on Facebook. Let me get the thing outside one time. We have to clear up some misconceptions this afternoon. My name and all kind of bacchanal that I don't know about, and I want to clear it up. So let's get ready to rumble. We starting the show after this one. Let we go. Okay, broom in the live, let we go.
I was in the laboratory when somebody showed me him. Somebody said, better not today, the boss could take care of them. And in this crowd was singing loud, going to the convention. When we walk in, big spin and ting, oh Lord, what a session. In the hand was a plan and he started to jam. He hit them, bam, bam, bam. Somebody say you got to like the man, he had a touch of Eric Williams. Mistake. Hallelujah. What the opposition get, they will take. Hallelujah. When I say okay, you know what I mean. Hallelujah. Get all your broom, we sweeping this country clean. Hallelujah. We can't fail. Hallelujah. Licks in the tail. Hallelujah. Great is the PNM.
I see in the brooms. I see in the brooms. So before we go further, Trini Bashman, get ready. Because Boego Bashment is taking over. The embassy goes to Tobago for Tobago Carnival. That's right, the embassy is on the island from the 24th to the 30th of October 2022. Tickets on sale for just $200 at isletstickets.com. And the Street 919 office at Crown Point. We're Spence Plaza in Crown Point. Remember, walk with your food on your cooler. It's that type of event. On the 24th of October, it's Pan on the Boat, pitting, ping, pitting, pitting, ping, pitting, from 12 to 4. October 25th, it's Kaiso on the Boat from 12 to 4 and 6 to 10. On the 26th, it's Chutney on the Boat, 12 to 4, 6 to 10. You don't want to miss it.
We can't fail. 50 years on this trail. Great is the PNM. It shall reveal.
On the 27th, it's Water on the Boat with the Water Lord himself. I'm talking about Neil Iwer George from 12 to 4 and 6 to 10. On the 28th, it's Power Soca on the Boat from 12 to 4.
Election time is here.
And on the 29th, it's Groovy on the Boat from 6 to 10. And of course, on the 30th, it's Juve on the Boat from 12 to 4. You don't want to miss it. The island turn up come October 24th to 29th. I'm going to be there. Are you going to be there? For more information, call 2814723 and 3634880. 368-1932. Or check out Embassy Cruises for bookings on Facebook /embassycruises@gmail.com. Let me go.
I was in the laboratory when somebody showed me him. Somebody said, better not today. The boss could take care of them. And in this crowd was singing loud, going to the convention. When we walk in, big spin and ting. Oh Lord, what a session. country clean. Hallelujah. We can't fail. Hallelujah. Licks in the tail. Hallelujah. Great is the B&M. It shall reveal. Sweeping time. Sweeping time. Sweeping time.
So there's a rumor going around Trinidad and Tobago that I on people's slate for this internal elections. I told you guys, everywhere I go, confusion seems to follow. I just be good enough. I just be in my house, in my place, minding my good business, and I just end up in a bacchanal. So this morning, somebody sent me a message on WhatsApp. I don't know if you guys saw it. If you saw it, message in the comments and let me know. If you have not seen it, well, let me share the contents of this message with you. And it goes as follows. PNM election list of candidates. Team Rowley. Chairman Jacqueline Lazarus. Vice Chairman Faris Alwari. Lady Vice Chairman Paula Gopi Schoon. Political Leader Dr. Keith Rowley. General Secretary Stuart Young. Assistant General Secretary Renuka Sugrim Singh Suklal. Treasurer Andrew Gabriel. PRO Laura Lizama Lee Singh. International Liaisons Officer Dr. Amory Brown. Social Media Officer Amanda Jardine. Youth Officer Yokohama Bellamy, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Field Officer Abdon Mason. Education Officer Kazim Hossain. Education Officer Salima Thomas. Welfare Officer Maxim Richards. Operations Officer Nigel De Freitas. Labor Relations Officer Jennifer Baptiste Primus. This post continues. Chairman on Imbert Slate. Column Imbert. Vice Chairman Christine Sahadio. Lady Vice Chairman Camille Robinson Regis. General Secretary Darrell Dookie. Assistant General Secretary Ina Adley. Treasurer Eustace Nancis. PRO Shaka Suberu. International Labor Officer Joan Bremer. Social Media Officer Rhoda Barrett. Youth Officer Adrian Winter. Field Officer Marvin Gonzalez. Education Officer Indar Pashram. Education Officer Joel Martinez. Welfare Officer Donna Cox. Operations Officer Donna Cox. Labor Relations Officer Stephen McClatchy. This is where it gets interesting, eh? Team Penny. Chairman Tracy Davidson Celestin. Vice Chairman Cagney Kashmir. Lady Vice Chairman Marva Bostic. Political Leader Penelope Beckles Robinson. General Secretary Clifford Campbell. Assistant General Secretary Samantha Felix. Treasurer Philip Watts. PRO Nile Young Hippolyte. International Liaison Officer Bose Sharma. Social Media Officer Kim Cole. Youth Officer Heather Sideno. Field Officer Nal Ramsing. Elections Officer Brent Lyons. Education Officer Clayton Blackburn. Welfare Officer Aisha Wells. Operations Officer Eba Steele Atong. And Labor Relations Andrew Alves. It gets better. Team Foster. Chairman Noel Garcia. Vice Chairman Lennox Ratan Singh. Lady Vice Chairman Nayan Gatsby Dolly. Political Leader Foster Cummins. General Secretary Farai Hove Masai Sai. Assistant General Secretary Polissa Alexis. Treasurer Osei Ben. PRO Arlene George. Social Media Alicia Romano. Youth Officer Ndale Young. International Liaison Officer Makeda Cambridge. Field Officer Leon Roach. Elections Officer Kwesi Robinson. Education Officer Terrence Bipat. Welfare Officer Lisa Giuseppe. Labor Relations Tovalin Sandy. Operations Officer Irene Hines. Team Karen. Chairman Mariano Brown. Vice Chairman Peter Taylor. Lady Vice Chairman Glenda Jennings Smith. Political Leader Karen Nunes Teixeira. General Secretary Chinoa Allen. Assistant General Secretary Paige DeLeon. Treasurer Ronald Boynes. PRO Glenda Jennings Smith, Youth Officer Joel Primus, Social Media Officer Pierce Robinson, International Liaison Officer Monique Maxwell, Education Officer Mustafa Abdul Hamid, Field Officer Nal Ramsing, Elections Officer Peter Taylor, Welfare Officer Neil Parsnell, Operations Officer Helen Marine. And the court went on to mention independent candidates for social media is Satish Oja and social media Dean Wilson. Now, people, 429 on Facebook with 61 shares, mark it in the comments, 385 on YouTube. I not on anybody's slate. Imagine how I felt minding my own business today and somebody sending me this list. At first, when I saw the first team come up, I said, okay, this is probably accurate. I see some familiar names under Team Rowley. So I scrolling, going through only to see my name as welfare officer under a slate called Team Penny. I want to let all you know something. I am not running for any elections within the PNM. I have not offered myself to run for any position in the internal elections. As far as I am aware, that list of candidates circulating on social media, it's fake, it's inaccurate, and it's not true. And people just have real time on the blasted hands to be saying down and putting people name and thing that they do nothing about. How I end up in that? No, man. Don't do me that. Let me tell you what the facts are. The facts are, so far, there are two contenders in the internal election. One is the incumbent, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. Second, Karen Nunes Teixeira. There is no truth to Penelope Beckles Robinson running for political leader. Absolutely no truth to Com Imber running for political leader. No truth for Foster Cummins running for political leader. Why are they saying now making mischief? Go and make a damn bake. Stop it. One thing I am sure about is that the People's National Movement does conduct its business very transparent with no confusion. All who are to run, go run. All who are to win, go win, and all who are to lose, go lose. But at the end of the day, they will remain PNM. And they will dust off themselves after the election in November and get ready to fight a local government election the following year. So all you please, stop your confusion. Don't do it. Don't try to mash up no party. All you see me here sit down quiet, minding my business. I not say no rich people back and all the people names I call on that list, besides Kim Cole and me, we not rich. Everybody else is rich people on that rich people back and all. How I end up in a rich people confusion and I don't have no money? No, they don't do me that. I here to offer moral support to whoever throw their hat in the ring. I am here to offer moral support for whoever want to run. But don't put me in the middle of no internal confusion. I can't take it. My heart can't take no more. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. The election is in the air and it's political mischief everywhere. Did you receive the list? What was your thoughts on it? Did you believe any of the names on the list? Let's go. The lines are open.
Sleeping time. Sleeping time. Oh, sleeping time. I was in the laboratory when somebody showed me him. Somebody said that I'm not today.
Let me tell Kingsley, behave yourself on the live. I want you to call today and cry for Mr. Manning. Is you are waiting on? Caller, you live?
Aisha.
Mommy, how you doing?
Good.
Mommy, you get a list today?
Aisha, you go ask them kind of question. If me get out, I flush that in that tree. Because Aisha, everything is totally wrong. Jackie Lazarus, good afternoon, my darling. Ali George, good afternoon, and I could go on. Aisha, you see your people worthless? Why they doing that, Aisha? Aisha, you know I will know, right?
Mommy, you're the first person go know.
And you know I will know. You know I will know. flush those things.
So, mommy, you want to reconfirm the list is fake?
The list is fake, Aisha. I am telling people, Trinidad and Tobago, that list is fake. Right? And I say, but look, they put Jackie, poor Jackie, Ali, George, Aisha, let me tell you something. Flush that in the garbage, you understand me? That is fake.
Fake.
That is fake. I'll call you back, darling.
Thank you, mommy. One set of confusion. How I end up in a rich people bacchanal and I broken. Stop it. Free and fair elections. Did you get the list? What's your thoughts? Let's go, you're live.
Good afternoon to you, sister.
How you doing, darling?
Well, you know, I always listening to you, but I don't always get it.
I know that.
I know why I am CNN. That list is fake.
List is fake.
To my partner, fake. There, he has confirmed that every mischief is being made by those who opposes the PNM, but they can't catch me. We always conduct our business decent and rightfully. No fighting, nobody rolls and breaking, no hand spraying. Remember hand spraying and all that?
No missing ballot box. No missing ballot box.
Nothing like that. Fake. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear brother.
We'll be sweeping everywhere.
Kingsley, behave yourself on my live. When you see the list, did you believe it? I get call all from foreign people. Call me. What's going on? I see you running on penny slate. Pour me. How I end up in that? I'll take your calls. I'll take your voice notes. We're getting ready to switch gears in a short while. We're talking PNM business in this hour. Internals is around the corner. Let's go.
Good afternoon, Aisha Wells. I understand you don't want your name on no list with no rich people because you don't want nobody know you're a rich girl. Keep your money hidden on the hill where you have it hidden. Don't let nobody know you're rich because all of them going to come for a handout and a charity. That's going to be a headache for you. So you continue doing what you're doing and keep your business hidden, girl. You're right.
Papa, well, you had to be my personal bank or accountant. Me don't have a cent. If a aunt's breaking neck in my pocket, he dead. First, I had nothing in it. Call her your life.
Yeah, I am.
Hey, you, why all your... I broken to break open.
Oh, gosh. I'm tiny. I'm still when you're ready.
How you doing, love?
I'm good. Girl, after the budget, I saw this lady, Karen, on a panel, and I felt so disappointed.
What disappointed you about Karen?
Listen, she was the only female there, and I look forward to having a good conversation, debate, and things. And all she was doing is interrupting. She's a lawyer, and she was the finance minister once. She was a cabinet minister. Oh gosh, come on, behave yourself. You want to be leader of a country, right? Have our own committee show on the side, talking to the representative of Tobago about the PNM thing, interrupting the UNC gentleman. He had to tell, she interrupted other people too. But he had to tell her, listen, I did not interrupt you. And then last night on the news again, she going on, and after the lady tell her, well, the time is up, all she's doing is talking. What a person Mr. Rowley did to her. Did he turn his back on her? Why is she so angry at this man? What it is he did to her? I can't say what I want to say, but because I was thinking that, be a lady, be better than who people want to think that you are. You go in there and you would not do good because they already have a thing on you about the critical issue. Okay, present yourself properly now. The way I see it in my eyes, Aisha, I did not see she presented herself properly at all. All she talking about Rowley. I don't know what happened with her and Rowley, and she has. Of course, you might disagree with she said she don't like this government. If nobody in the government is doing anything good, come on. I am disappointed in her. Present yourself better than that for people to like you and want you to be their leader. Have a good evening.
Thank you, love. I want to let all you know that Karen Nunes Teixeira's team has approached me to do an interview with her. I have not given an answer, and I would ask my listeners to guide me on whether you would be interested in hearing from Karen Nunes Teixeira. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Miss Aisha Wells. That list you're seeing there is for 2025, if you was watching you. Right now, it's in on the list against the political leader of the PNM and Miss Nunes Teixeira. All wives, make sure that all your husband groom all your like the golf course. And women, be careful of the men all you putting in all your bed. Thank you very much, Aisha.
Thank you so much. Paul say he don't want to hear from her. No, seriously, after we did the poll yesterday, Karen Nunes Teixeira team reached out to me and wanted to get an interview. She wants to come here because this is the official PNM base. There's the Red Army base. And she would like to speak to the Red Army followers. I told her, I said, listen, I cannot give you a definite answer, ma'am. But I will come to my listeners and let them decide if they want to hear from you. I don't have nothing personal against you. But my listeners determine who comes here. Unless it's a sponsored segment, I have no control over sponsored time. I'm not taking my free time to bring nobody here my listeners don't want to listen to. So I said I'm going to come to all you and get all your thoughts. We're going to go. Caller, you live.
Aisha Wells, good afternoon to you.
Kunji, how are you?
I am cool, quiet, and humble. But Aisha Wells, why our political leader, this radio station just have PNM listeners? We have PNM that's supporting Karen Nunes Teixeira, and we are asking.
Who is the we? When COP use a PNM?
I support the People's National Movement in 2015 and in 2020, and we supporting Karen Nunes for the internal election.
So you would like to hear Karen on this show?
Yes, just as how we hear the UNC side, this come on this show, we don't hear the PNM candidate and them coming on this show because it's 3 years now I can't hear PNM MP on the show. I want to know what.
No, they coming now.
And I want to ask the female callers them of 91.9. Karen Nunes Teixeira is an independent and a bright and a constructive lady. Please don't be rude and be disrespectful to the lady, please. That is wrong. That is a woman just as you. Do not do our leader that. Only don't want nobody to disrespect Rowley. We're being kind and unfair-hearted with Rowley. Do not be disrespectful to our leader, please. Thank you.
It's how COP them to say them thing with straight face. You notice his name is COP, right? It's because he's a COP, you know. But he's a PNM now. All you're good. We call her your life. Hi, honey bunny.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
What you doing?
Nothing bad.
So you just feel to pick up your phone and call your Auntie Aisha today?
Yes.
All right. So we're going on talk to me.
Hello.
Lionel don't know. What we gonna do?
Alright, thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye, baby. Thank you for listening. Love you.
I need you.
I just love the babies. You know, I love the babies. The lines are open. Let's go. Call her your live.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Mano, what's going on? You want to hear from her?
Let me tell you something. But I thought she was off the map already. Because all the years you ain't saying nothing. You just say jump out. Somebody chain you up, a man from Canal Street, chain you up. You see Canal Street, chain you up, and tell you about, and you just jump on the thing. Nobody don't want your lady. You went behind and take out the money easy when people might have lost their money. So imagine you at PNM in this country, and you're the head of the PNM. If the government business going, you go take some money and that's it. Oh man, we don't want you. Argo.
All right, well, basically, my listeners saying what they have to say is them does make the station, so I can't say nothing. I hope your team listening. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, my sister Aisha.
My dear brother.
Yes, I listen to everybody, and last night I was watching the woman on TV that said she's challenging Dr. Rowley. And man, she don't have no chance with that. She can win that.
So Andrew, basically, you don't want to hear from her on this show?
No.
Okay.
All she talked last night, I all these things is what I heard already, you know. She brings nothing new to the table for me, you know. So what I say like this, I don't pack nonsense, stupidity within my head. Unless it's not making sense, I don't want to hear you. Because I'll be wasting my time to listen to you and your foolishness. She can't govern this country. She cannot govern this country. She don't have that ability. She ain't too far from Kamala. She ain't too far from Kamala, you know. Because all they're telling you that's all lies and propaganda. I want you to follow that. But you have to use the wisdom. Use wisdom. Never have education, but try to use wisdom. Use wisdom over them and you ride all over them. But let you come riding in.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Go with God. Go with God. The lines are open. Let me go, you're live.
Yeah, good evening, Aisha. I personally feel Karen would be better off at the Monday night forum, and she could say, what name? Wall Street would say.
Oh, God, but how you go put the woman quiet on a Monday night? Look, I ain't able. The lines are open. A few more minutes inside this hour. Her team has approached her. She wants to come. She wants to talk to the PNM base. Let me be real. The only place had the PNM base is here. And the only time the full base does be listening is between 4 and 7. Let me do Papi show herself. The lady would like to come and talk to the base. Should we bring her? Caller, you live?
Yes, sister.
My dear brother.
Good evening. We'll bring her, you know. But I would like that interview, since she was either junior minister of finance or finance minister, I have my financial guru. That interview will be conducted, or I would like it to be conducted by you and my financial guru. She could come.
So you want to bring Dominic here? Let Dominic come.
That, but do you mean if that is my financial guru, he would ask questions for me, to her, because I tell them, the HD man just knocked her out of the park when he raised, because PNM people don't have that conversation about what transpired between Ms. Teixeira, right, and Pico. But a man who says a PNM who supporting she raised that issue since last week. And if you observe, that issue now is turning wrong, and beat she from the PNM people is beating she with that same issue that he raised, the ball don't jam she for that. So the HD man, I tell you, highly done change she up to come. Well, here we go, and I have a guru here. As you outlined, his name is Dominic, my financial guru. She wants to come. If she agrees to have an interview with my financial guru, I will accept her. Right, ma'am?
Thank you so much. Let's see who's on the outside. Let's see who's there. Let's see who's there. Let's go again. Caller, you live.
One nation is one people today, a dynamic.
Caller, you live.
Pleasant good day to you, Aisha.
How you doing, Paul?
I'm good, actually, and yourself?
I'm good, after God.
Aisha, that's nice to hear. Aisha, let me tell you something. First, I want to say, no, we don't want Karen Nunes, whatever, Teixeira is her name, on your interview, on your station, on your program. That's one. She has nothing substance to tell the people National Movement membership, because Karen Nunes Teixeira had paid her dues in the past, as I said yesterday, and what it is new and fresh and rewarding that she could now come and lobby to the PNM membership. You understand what I'm saying? And when I see that fake listing, I had to really strategize who come up with this listing and who created this listing, because the person who created this listing trying to cause mayhem in the party. They need somebody to beat them with a Balize whip. Because listen to me, that listing is just to create bacchanal in the PNM or to frighten Dr. Rowley out of political leadership. But no doubt about it, Aisha. Dr. Rowley is staying right there. Thank you.
Again on bad these days, boy. Welcome back, Paul. Welcome back.
Sweeping everywhere. Get your broom now. Sweeping time.
We have 2 minutes before the break. Keep those calls coming. Keep those calls coming. Caller, you live. Not ready yet.
The air was ready, people tried. The delivery was a gem. As the document passed to present, 50 years of PNM.
Caller, you live.
All these citizens in this country want to hear right now is when the local election date is being called. Call the date, Mr. Rowley. Call the date. Honorable Prime Minister, call the date for local election.
Aisha.
Go ahead, Wall Street.
Aisha. You know, I just come out my class there. I just come out my class, teaching. A little black boy from Chumaka, Claventil. Just come out his class there teaching. I had 2 classes today. And I said, maybe, I would think about it. Maybe I could have you as a keynote speaker in one of my classes. You think you're up to that?
Wall Street, it depends. But listen, Karen's team has approached us to bring her here to talk to the Red Army, and the Red Army look like they're interested.
Oh, they're not interested?
Not like they don't want to hear she.
Well, listen to this, When you are in HDD, they have high definition television, right? And then there are some people in the PNM who have HDD, right? Yes, that's not high definition. That's hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous. Because when a person can call the radio station and talk about Mrs. Karen Nunes Teixeira, the next political leader of the PNM, and talk about she unintelligent and she can't run a party, I want to give that person 4 PhDs today. I just come out of class. I am going to bestow on them 4 PhDs. 4. A PhD in dotishology, a PhD in stupidology, a PhD in foolishology, and a PhD in marology. 4 PhD that one person getting. When you go come and make statement like that. And secondly, Aisha, I want to give a class to this 91.9, a class on insider trading, market manipulation, and front running. Because I fed up of people coming to this radio station and absolutely clueless about what insider trading is and coming and saying, well, Miss Karen Nunes, she will take your money out. But listen, has she ever been convicted? Let me ask you a question, Aisha Wells. Haven't there been allegations against Foster Cummins? I defended Foster Cummins against allegations of wrongdoings. I defended him. How will you go come now and try to throw Karen Nunes Teixeira under the bus when there has been no law that she has been broken? That's what I'm telling you. There are some people who call this radio station, they have HDD, they're hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous. But Aisha, the country have been going backwards the last 7 years under Rowley. It gone backwards. We had the man with the coal pot. We had the man who want to ride the bicycle. We want the next one who want everything for free. Aisha, it is unbelievable. But Aisha Wells, I ain't see it, but you look nice, don't you? You look nice today. You look very beautiful.
But how you know I look nice if you ain't see me?
No, I watch you on my phone. When I come out of the class, Aisha, the first thing I do, I put it on my phone, because I can't put it in the class because the rest of them don't understand what them people are saying. You know what I mean? So I said, let me put it on my phone and I see you look beautiful today. You have a date later?
Yeah, going out.
Huh?
I'm looking clean, I'm going out.
What kind of shoes you have on? What are these shoes?
Actually, these shoes match the dress. Let me show you. You see it?
Yeah, show me. Yeah. Oh, God, Aisha.
Yeah, as a catwoman today.
Aisha, I might come to Bago for Carnival and you go be over there?
No, I hear you don't like to spend money in fat and thing and I'm able with that.
No, I just spend only...
I just drink champagne, I drink champagne Wall Street.
Well, let me give you a little secret about me. I'm a vegan, and I only drink Morbi and Sorrel.
Well, that said, you're cheap. Even the birds know your name.
I sure you have a splendid, marvelous yesterday.
You to Wall Street. And with that, my dear friends, we're going to pause for a cause, take a quick break, and come right back. Let me let all you know, 587 on Facebook and 524 on YouTube, and I want them people on the live when we return. Stay with us.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got it.
Down and 51 Rushwood Street in San Fernando. Stylish furniture for the style in you.
91.9 Bago Bashment presents On Board the Embassy Tobago Carnival Boat Ride Week.
Tobago Carnival Boat Ride Weekend.
Boarding at the Pigeon Point Jetty. Kicking things off from the 24th to the 30th of October. Walk with your food and coolers. Come experience October 24th. Pan on the boat. October 25th. ISO on the boat. October 26th. Chutney on the boat. Tickets are $200. Available at islandetickets.com or 91.9 FM Tobago. The party continues October 27th. Water on the boat. October 28th. Power Soca. October 29th. Groovy on the boat.
October 30th.
Juve on the boat. Tickets are $200. Available at islandetickets.com or 91.9 FM Tobago. For tickets, call 281-4723-363-4030 or 368-1932 or check us out on Facebook at Embassy Cruises for bookings or email at embassycruises@gmail.com. Tobago Carnival Ride Weekend. 91.9 is counting down 91 days of Christmas. Yes, 91 days of Christmas. It's karaoke, prizes to be won, giveaways. It's the 91 days of Christmas on the street. 919 FM.
I could sing a good serenade. Oh, it's Christmas.
Reggae Rock Sundays featuring MC Duke and Selector Kutchi present Reggae and Rockers. On board the Embassy Yacht, October 8th. New date alert at the Hyatt Waterfront in Port of Spain. Get your reggae groove on. With top DJs, Selector Kutchi, Bruce Wayne, TC and Heavy Duty. Early bird tickets cost $150. After that, you pay more, $175. For tickets, call Selector Kutchi at 777-7909 and MC Duke at 349-4121. Reggae and Rockers.
The lineup link up rock and come in, it's all about reggae, rockers and everything. On board the luxurious Embassy Yacht, October the 8th. We board in 6 p.m. and we leave in 7 p.m. Rastafari, you don't know. Got them all with things the last year. Yeah.
The first premier event of Tobago Carnival 2022. The ultimate carnival premier event. Your event celebrity cast starring Showin Winchester, Farmer Nabi, Viking Ding Dong, Swap Dance Swabi, Mr. Oscar B, the beautiful Adana, Mr. Iwer George, straight out of St. Vincent, Skinny Fabulous, Patrice Roberts, the soca queen herself, will be gracing the stage live with all her massive hits. October 25th, Pigeon Point Beach, Heritage Park. Are you ready?
The murder toll continues to rise. The nation is in mourning tonight.
3 people have been found dead.
A soldier was shot dead at
a quadruple murder in Beverly Hills, Laventille.
Where are we right now? We say bring back love.
Bring back
How we end up here today.
Bring back PP.
Bring back peace. Be your brother's keeper. We say bring back peace on the street.
I want peace. I want peace. Bring back peace on the street.
Bring back peace on the street.
Bless the world with harmony. There's no greater time for love. No greater time for peace.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q, Auto Parts Division.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I can buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowpita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 63 Tools.
All right. Thanks, boss. Nah, man. Granny.
Do you have $488 to lend, man?
Shalom. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana will be on the street 91.9 FM every Monday from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. bringing you the truth according to the Bible. The ISUPK is a non-profit faith-based community organization that will respond to the plagues that's affecting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We also have programs such as education, both adult and youth, food distribution, rehabilitation, both drug and alcohol, mentoring, counseling, and spiritual support. Remember, tune in every Monday on 91.9 FM, 7:05 p.m. Shalom.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, The Health Store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Mohammed. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow, or visit our website at www.opulence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp at 309-4697 or 620-9379.
Tune into The Street 91.9 FM
every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinau Thomas.
The scripture says, "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in."
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Sherwin R. Thomas on The Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle Tuesday morning from 11:05 to 12 noon. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Wow. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., to the Children's Hour Worship Ministry of the Word and the Family Forum every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., The Law and You, and every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All Night Prayer Live, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Good about I'm looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat I look like it as well.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Sleeping time. Sleeping time.
All right, good Good looking people. We are back. Thank you for staying with us. Don't forget, 919 Bagel Bashman gets ready to welcome the Embassy Cruises. So, in other words, the Embassy is leaving Trinidad and making its way to the beautiful sister island of Tobago from the 24th to the 30th of October. That is this month I'm talking about. You know, some always slow. Don't forget, the tickets are only $200 and you can get them at islandtickets.com or the Street 919's office at Spence Plaza in Crown Point. Everybody know on the island where Spence Plaza is. If you don't know, then you ain't from the island. All right, don't forget on the 24th, it's Pan on the Boat. It's going to be pumping from 12 to 4 p.m. And on the 25th, it's Kaiso on the Boat, 12 to 4 and 4 to 10 and 6 to 10, sorry. Chutney night is on 12 to 4 and 6 to 10 on the 26th. And the water on the boat with the water lord himself is from the 27th. 12 to 4 and 6 to 10. I'm definitely going to be on that one. Getting ready to wet up the place. And on the 28th of October, it's Power Soca on the boat from 12 to 4. And the 29th of October, it's Groovy Soca on the boat from 6 to 10. And on the 30th, it's Juve on the boat, 12 to 4. For more information, call 281-4723 or 363, or you call in 363-4030 or 368-1932. Or don't forget to check Embassy Cruises for bookings on Facebook or embassycruises@gmail.com. I'm going to play some voice notes, get you guys interactive. Those of you on my voice note panel, I know you wanted to get in. So hold up on the calls. Hold the calls. Hold it. Let me get the voice notes in, please and thanks. Yeah, I'll come back to the calls in a short while. Let me hear what you guys are saying on the outside.
Good afternoon, Aisha. Tobago PNM calling here on my political hat. Aisha, after this woman was on a PNM, on a UNC platform, back talking the PNM, she figure we go forgive she. We not go vote she. We ain't go vote for she. So let she do better to throw she hat in the ring. Aisha, we bond that hat. So let she forget it. Just as how Kingsley asking about a membership card. Kingsley, we bond that membership card. You and wall under the street. So Aisha, girl, hurry up, turn and listen.
All right. Let me clear up these voice notes. I want to join the Prime Minister in the Parliament. Right now, he hits in for 6. I'm clearing it up quick.
Yes, Aisha, you should bring her on the program. Bring her on your program. Let her answer all the questions. So what they're just contented with spreading on the woman as she was an inside trader. If it's true, bring she on and let somebody call any program, whoever gets she the tip off and say, well, wherever if there's any tip she get to she and she family, the woman make it clear that a fallout she husband had with Monty and them, and she thing and die why she take out the money and she take out she family money. She said Mr. Manning had knowledge of that, and at that time the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Finance, and she called the lady name. You should bring her on and clear up all this, because not because somebody speak and have their own opinion against a leader of the party means there is not PNM, because Mr. Rowley, Dr. Rowley, in fact, had his opinion against Mr. Manning, and they went on the back and forth, and today he's political leader. But
Rowley, please, for the local election date, he voted PNM for local election. Please, call the date now, nah? Gosh, we can't wait to vote PNM, but we can't wait. Gosh, bro, everybody waiting patiently, all co-workers, everybody we waited to vote for PNM.
The PNM has always been a democratic political party. Mr. Shearer is free to put herself up for elections, internal elections within the party. However, she stated on several interviews, national TV and radio, that she has no slate. She was approached by people within the party and that she has no financiers in this election. So I am surprised she now has a slate. that calling for an interview for her and her crew. So she has been lying to the public. But if the station wants to give her an interview, the station is a business. So at the end of the day, that is for the station to generate revenue for themselves. I have no problem with that. Hopefully, proper questions can be put to her. But personally, I have no need to listen to her because I've heard all that she has to say, and her personal attacks has nothing to be done with the personal social issues of people in this country and betterment of the politics of this country. So far, she hasn't proven she has that worth in her by her statements nor by her actions. And she was once on a UNC political platform denigrating the PNM. Now she wants to be the leader of that party. Come now, man.
Ms. Welch, good afternoon. I saw the list. I said, what? This list come out already? But when I scroll along and I see your name, I say this list is false. This list is mischief. You know why? If Ms. Welch was running for this, the whole of 919 and the whole of the Red Army would have known everything. So that's why I know that list was fake.
Yes, Aisha, good afternoon to you. I would like to hear Karen Donesta Shara on the show. Bring her on. Let us hear her side of the story as to why it is she wanted to challenge Dr. Rowley for the leadership of the PNM and why she was disgruntled after all these times speaking out and saying all these things, that she want to take charge of the party now and carry the party and probably the country forward. So we would like to hear her views, Aisha. So the interview will be good for the station and we want to hear her side about it. And we want to hear the other side too.
No to Karen. Let her stay right there.
Ms. Wells, good evening. I don't mind she coming, she could come, but once she decide to answer the hard questions, because we have questions for she and she had things to clear up. Once she decide to do that, she could come on the show. Once she decide to answer the hard questions, if she decide to answer no questions, don't come because we don't want spreading lies.
All right, so we're going over to the parliament to join our political leader.
Boom. Maybe in December, we might be reporting something quite different. We caution this country that even as we got some additional revenues, and we told the country how much it was, an additional 8.2 billion. We already spent in the last mid-year 2.67 billion of that. And I didn't hear any of them saying that we should not have made that intervention and spent that 2.7 billion because it was spent on the people. And we pointed out that what is left, how we spend it. $1 billion and a bit went into the exchange, into the Heritage Fund as the law requires. And we have apportioned the rest of it in full public view. If they really wanted to take responsibility for what the government does and what the country has, they would have identified themselves with certain adjustments. But we have the debate, the committee stage coming up in the next 5 days. I invite them to tell us where you want us to move money from, which side, which head, to which one. Don't just make the demands, unfunded demands. Madam Speaker, I was abroad on one of a very serious visit talking to the leadership of 3 major contributors to our revenues, Proman, Shell, and BP. And when I was finished with those meetings on the 11th, I was required to be in Washington on the 13th to stand in defense of our banking system at the hearings of the United States Congress led by Congresswoman Maxine Waters, because since 2019, we have been asking for that kind of exposure and support, and we got it on the 13th of September, and I had to be there with Prime Minister Motley representing CARICOM. I had an opportunity, if I had chosen to go straight from Europe to Washington, because immediately after that, I was involved in the energy meeting of CARICOM and the United States again. But I chose to come home to Trinidad, spend a day with the budgeting group in this PNM in Trinidad and Tobago, get the work done night and day, and then leave for Washington after. Madam Madam Speaker, the reason why I did that is because I wanted to be directly involved. And today I take full responsibility as Prime Minister for what has been produced in this budget as head of that government. I don't have to run from that. So calling my name up and down as the opposition has been doing, as if it is some personal action on my part. No. But I am responsible as a cabinet. What we have produced here is the best allocation that we believe can be made on a budget when we know that we have $56 billion. No Nancy story, no fairy tales, no political diatribe. This is what we have. Get up and say how else to use the money we've got, where to put and where to take it from. Tell us that. Not one of you could have said, move a 10 million from here and put it there because we have a limit of $56 billion. But you give the country the impression that we have limitless money, endless elastic billions, and all we have to do is give it to the people, and if we don't do that, we're wicked. Madam Speaker, that is how a useless opposition operates. Completely without any responsibility, and go on talking about boom to give people the impression that there is more available and the government not giving you because the government wicked. But the majority of people in Trinidad and Tobago are more sensible than that, and they will have no part of you and your anarchy and your riot and whatever else you're trying to instill. Madam Speaker, what we're trying to do is to ensure that we fix the country's problems. That's what we do. One of the biggest, they keep harping on the problem of Petrotrin. We have fixed the Petrotrin issue. We didn't leave it the way it was. And you know, Madam Speaker, you know what's galling? When we made that intervention to restructure Petrotrin to save us from calamity, at least two of them said to me, well, we know what had to be done, but we couldn't do it. Only the PNM could do it in this country. That was their position. Today I want to ask them, you all have spoken at length since 2018 on the Petrotrin issue and the refinery issue. But not one of you have ever said how you would have dealt with the $850 million that was due in August of 2018. Not one of you. You know why? Because you have no other alternative that anybody would take seriously. But the government doesn't have that luxury of just talking foolishness and sounding intelligent to the one who is talking. The government has to take the action to deal with the check. A check was due, $850 million. And if that payment was not handled away from the Minister of Finance, all the doom and gloom that they have been projecting and referring to all day for the last 3 days, we would have been experiencing that now. The leader of the opposition loves to talk about our credit rating and our funding and its junk bond status.
Madam Speaker, would the Honourable Prime Minister give way?
Kuva North had 55 minutes. He used all of it to berate the government, the Prime Minister, and the PNM. He had not a single intelligent thought to add to the debate. And that is why...
48, Madam Speaker, I stand on standing order 48-4, please. I would have answered him and tell him about the Malcolm Jones matter and Petrotrin, but I would have answered him. But he can't be insulting me like that. 48-4.
So, Prime Minister, can you find another word than intelligent? Find another word.
Madam Speaker, I'm confused. If I was so generous as to use the word intelligent and associated with him, I thought I did him a favor. But if you allow me to move on, I'll move on. Thank you. Madam Speaker, I'm simply saying it is very easy to criticize what has been done. It is very easy for the opposition to throw cold water or even brackish water on what the government is doing. And all I'm saying since you are so critical of what we have done on the specific issue A, B, C, D, E, how come you never have a specific, and in this case I'm asking, we, whether we liked it or not, we had to act to protect the country, the treasury, the economy from a Petrotrin debt that was due, because, Madam Speaker, I'll tell you something. If that $850 million bond could not have been paid in August 2018, if a default had only been smelt around that, then all our loans would have gone to default. If you default on one of these loans, every other loan is callable. And that is the threat that you face when you're involved in borrowing of this nature. So whatever we did, UNC or no UNC, Malcolm Jones or no Malcolm Jones, the debt of $850 million had to be paid. So we as a government had to make sure that the debt was serviced and that the Minister of Finance was insulated from that debt so that the effect of it does not be contagious onto the national finance. And that is when we say we fix things. That was a big one. They wouldn't let it go because they believe it has political value for them. But of course, as they mention refinery, they never mention the positive sides of Heritage, which is now paying its taxes, servicing the loan, and in fact is making a significant profit. They will never say that. They will come here and talk about worst government and worst prime minister and worst what. Anything worse than when you have a debt to pay and you couldn't pay it? What was your plan to pay the $850 million in one check in August 2018? Thank God the population voted the UNC out of office because they would have been in government in 2018 and they have not a clue as how that debt would have been dealt with. Today I want to congratulate the Minister of Finance and the team that dealt with that matter at Petrotrin and protected us from that. Madam Speaker, that was a big one. Let me talk someone got up in here, my colleague, someone of them, I don't know which one, got up in here and talking about, oh, it was the famous one from St. Augustine too. My colleague from St. Augustine. It's in the paper that I saw that. It was here. Here are the big issue in the papers. It has to do with a provision for the construction of a house for the Chief Justice. Madam Speaker, that was like a red flag to a bull. They're going to build a house for the Chief Justice. I know they saw it in a website somewhere. Madam, these are supposed to be serious politicians, you know. They are the opposition. They call themselves government in waiting. I don't know what they're waiting for. But Madam Speaker, what is the story? There was a house, a state property that belonged to the state, identified as the residence of the Chief Justice on Prada Street in St. Clair. Known only to the UNC, because up to this day, nobody else in this country could tell anybody what drove the decision for the UNC to sell the Chief Justice house to a wealthy businessman on Prada Street, against the objection of the then Chief Justice. Then when another Chief Justice came into office, under the Constitution he has to be housed, super grade housing he has to get. And the Cabinet has no say in that because, as you know, Cabinet cannot interfere with the terms and conditions of any judge, far less the Chief Justice. And then today, the Chief Justice is in rental accommodation in Goodwood Park at $54,000 a month. That is after the UNC sell the government house, put us to rent, and now that this government is saying that we're going to use that $54,000, because, Madam Speaker, if you're renting and you're going to take a mortgage and you build something even cheaper than what the rental cost, is that good business? So what they're saying rather than answer for the question that was put to them as to why you sold the Chief Justice house, Azar, they're coming to the Parliament and going to the media to make that an issue, that they're going to build a house for the Chief Justice. not telling the other part of the story, that taxpayers are currently paying almost $1 million a year in rent. You who hate rent so much, especially when it involves Faris and his family, but you sold the Chief Justice house.
Well, when we're referring to somebody in here, it's either by their portfolio or their constituency.
Yeah, they only hate rent if the property belongs to the family of the Chief Justice, of the former Attorney General. You hear them talking about that every single day, but they will not answer the question. And the opposition leader loves to be as divisive as she could, even as she's talking about an Angostura party, casting aspersions of who was there, trying to make social divisions in the country. But ask them who they sold the Chief Justice house to. They love to jump in and talk about 1% and 1%. Who did they sell the Chief Justice house to? Eh? And more importantly, why? Why? This government, under this PNM, under my stewardship, will build a residence for the Chief Justice, and we'll put an end to that story. We are not going to run away from it because you get up in your garrulous state talking about rah, 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 rah. It is the sensible thing to do because the rent can only go up, you know. That rent will never go down. And the cost of a construction of a house will only increase. So we do it now. And not for the first time, you know. This country is Trinidad and Tobago. And we came into government and there was no accommodation for the Prime Minister in Tobago. And when the Prime Minister of the UNC wanted to go to Tobago, was a whole shebang of them used to go to the Cocoa Reef Hotel. Drink, lime, shout, fall down, puke, do whatever down there. And the next thing you know, taxpayers have a bill of $1 million for a hotel.
Madam Speaker, the 48, in terms of the language, 48-4, the Prime Minister could use better language.
The choice of language is mine in this Parliament. As long as I am not running afoul of the standing orders. Madam Speaker, when they saw a provision in the budget for building a Prime Minister's residence in Tobago, they did the same thing, jumping up and down. I can tell them now, we were not dissuaded by that. We have since built an appropriate Prime Minister's residence in Tobago. And it's not for me personal, it is for the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And we stopped going to Cocoa Reef, and maybe the environment has changed, so drinking and jumping up and down and falling on it, that has stopped. It has stopped. Madam Speaker, I tell you this only to point out to you that you can't trust the UNC with nothing, not big things, not small things. And they like to tell half of the story if they believe that that half of the story will influence the population in behaving in a particular way. Madam Speaker, you would have heard a lot said about fuel because, Madam Speaker, what is the government facing? What is the government facing? I was looking at a statement made by former UNC Minister of Finance Larry Hawaii. I think he came in May of the year, and by October of that year, he is on record as saying that the fuel subsidy has to be removed so as to make provision in other productive areas of government expenditure. I will give way now to my friend from Couva North, or any of them, to get up here today and say that those were not the words and the position of Larry Hawaii as Minister of Finance of the UNC government. I give way. Thank you for not making that mistake. Because, Madam Speaker, that is on record. The Minister of Finance took that position. And you see, when it is time to do it, that was a few months after he came in. By the time we got to 2014, where the threatened subsidy was $4 billion, didn't lift a finger.
Madam Speaker, Standing Order 48.1, can the Prime Minister reference the Hansard he's referring to?
Members. No, I recognize we must really be very tired at this time. All right? Member for Couva North, I overrule your objection if it's under 48.1. Prime Minister, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. So, as I said before I was distracted there, Finance Minister Larry Hawaii is on record saying that. But when you, and that was 2018. 2020, he came in May of 2016 or 17. And by October, he made that statement. It was October of the year. And I'm saying, Madam Speaker, when we got to 2014, this subsidy was upwards of $4 billion. They never lifted a finger to address the issue that he identified 2 years earlier as a major issue requiring intervention. What was worse, by not acting the following year, the subsidy was $7.5 billion. They never said a word, and they never did a thing. You know why, Madam Speaker? It is because they govern only about elections and the loss of their seats. Because they were afraid to touch that kind of expenditure on an issue that they identified as requiring attention. But you wouldn't touch the subsidy for all the reasons they have said here today. All the reasons they said here today. Because they figure people would say they're wicked, people would say they're bad, and you know what? Election is due in 2015, and they spent $14 billion on subsidy for fuel, as if it wasn't a problem that required fixing. Now that we have fixed it, they're out there like 25 pothounds barking by the wire, as though something terrible.
Might I suggest that you select another word, okay?
Madam Speaker, I wasn't calling them pothounds, I said like. But I
understand it's an analogy, but please.
I'll be guided by you every time. Madam Speaker, if anybody hear them talking now and carrying on about this fuel subsidy, you wouldn't think it is something that they had identified for their own action. But they didn't have what it takes, which is a responsible government action. They didn't do it at all.
I mean, you have 4 minutes remaining. You have 4 minutes remaining of your speaking time. You're entitled to 10 more minutes if you wish to complete your contribution.
With your permission, I'll take the 10 minutes and the 4.
Please proceed.
So, Madam Speaker, I say this not to denigrate them, Madam Speaker, but just to let the population know that a lot of what has been said has its root somewhere else. They know exactly what they're saying, and they know there's no substance to it. It is simply political opportunism that is driving this hatred that they're trying to fuel. It's a fact, Madam Speaker. So let me just point out what we said and what we did. we as a responsible government, early in the proceedings, especially when we were facing even worse revenue streams than we are now, we said that of all the subsidies that we have to face, education, health, and whatever, we will have to do something about the fuel subsidy. I see it being said that we've raised the price of fuel. That's how the fuel subsidy will be removed. That you take it away, so the price is no longer paid by the state. It is paid by the user, so the user sees an increased price going up, depending on what's happening in the marketplace. And we said openly, it was part of our policy that people of Trinidad and Tobago, all of us have to pay more for fuel and the effects of an increased fuel price. That's what we're doing in our own program of adjustment. Not an IMF program, because if the IMF was doing it, it would have been far worse. So we took it in slices. Some at a time, some at a time, some at a time. We didn't just come and take it away. And one morning you find that you move from $1.50 to $7. We didn't do that. It was done incrementally with some foreknowledge. And we plead guilty to that. That's what it is. But you are trying to see if you could stir up enough discord in the country to bring about anarchy and riot and bonfire. That's what you're all about. But you have that as a position, as your objective. We of government has an objective to let the country be able to deal with a very real problem, which is the high cost of subsidy on the allocation process. Because if we had left the subsidy in, Madam Speaker, let me explain to you what is going to happen. We would have been paying the same $4.5 billion that they paid in 2014. This government decided that that was not the best thing for the population to do to itself. So we said of the anticipated increase, we will cap the subsidy on fuel at $1 billion. So whatever we earn from the increased prices for the time being, we'll put $1 billion on fuel subsidy. Our friends on the other side will have you believe that that is not enough. So what they're saying, maybe we should put $3 billion. In other words, take $2 billion from health, or because it has to come from somewhere. They were very careful not to say what you have to take and from where. They're simply saying $1 billion is not enough. But we have to stand in full public view and say the subsidy will be $1 billion. And it works this way, Madam Speaker. At an oil price of $87.50, that's when the subsidy and the government's liability, the subsidy is more because the oil companies pay some, but the government's liability would be $1 billion when the oil price gets to $87.50. When it gets down to, let's say, $82.50, the government's liability is $849 million. If it gets down to $75, the government liability is $644. So if there was no subsidy at all, or if we maintain this, if we use the balance, reducing balance, below $1 billion, the government will be seeing a relief as the price falls. But of course, the government will also be seeing a reduction in earnings. But we said we'll keep the subsidy at $1 billion, which means that the prices that exist now, which is $7.75 for premium, $6.97 for super, $4.50 for kerosene, and $4.41. If there's no adjustment, those prices remain. But the government says we'll keep the offer of $1 billion on subsidy. So it's going to go like this, Madam Speaker. At $87.50, premium would be $7.75, super $6.97, and diesel at $4.41. We gave a full explanation as to why diesel is kept at $4.41, because we had only put a 50 cents increase per liter on diesel. So what we anticipate is going to happen is that every month the government will post at the fuel subsidy, at the fuel use place, a price of based on the average price of oil during the previous month, during that month. So at the end of the month, the government will look and see what was the average price of fuel during the month, and we'll post that for the month ahead. And then we'll do the same thing average price when the month ahead comes, end of the month, you look at the average price. So if that average price was $85, premium will drop to $6.92, super to $6.66, but diesel will stay at $4.41 because we are keeping diesel with its 50 cents increase. If it drops to $80, premium drops to $6.28, super to $6.05, and if it drops to $75, premium will drop to $5.68, and super will drop to $5.43. So super, between 87 and 75, the price will drop from $6.97 to $5.43. And Madam Speaker, I guarantee you, if the price falls as we anticipate it could, and these adjustments are made downward, you will hear nothing of the downward movement from our friends on the other side. Nothing you will hear, because they are not about that. They are about seeing what kind of manima they could make to influence people to misbehave and to influence the election choice. So, Madam Speaker, these details the Ministry of Energy will put to the people, and it's all within the policy of what we have done. We have reduced the subsidy, we have capped the subsidy, we are going to make the adjustments if the price falls, because the falling price is not only about subsidy, it's also about revenue. And Madam Speaker, we believe that any reasonable understanding of that will understand that we are doing the best for the people under a particular situation. As I Madam Speaker, I think I really should spend a minute of my time. How much time do I have left, Madam Speaker?
You will end at 5:50.
7 minutes. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have time to read this paragraph. And I'm reading from Ministry of Finance, address made by the Honorable Larry Hawaii, Minister of Finance and the Economy, Thursday, October 4th, 2012, Budget Forum. So my friend from Cuba North, if you go and find that, you will. But let me read it. Let me read it for the population. I'm not talking to anybody on the other side. But you could listen if you wish. Just like you, I'm quoting Madam Speaker, just like you, when the government spends more than that it collects or earns, it has to borrow the difference. This indicates that it's a cost to the future, and I'm very wary of that. So even while I pursue this deficit, it is growth that helps with the process. In technical terms, growth increases the denominator used to compute our debt to GDP ratio and to determine the action and to determine sustainability. Nevertheless, it is something that we will be monitoring closely and will take action to control as quickly as possible. Hence the deadline of bringing us back to a balanced budget by 2016. Therefore, within the next 4 to 5 years, most of the fuel subsidy will need to be taken out of the equation.
Madam Speaker. Prime Minister. Madam Speaker. The Prime Minister said he would give way.
Madam Speaker, will the government members allow my colleague to make his point under the relevant standing order? This is not a circus inside here.
Prime Minister, would you give way to respond?
Members, the Prime Minister can answer for himself. Let's try
Prime Minister, would you give way to respond?
When I made that offer, the member was quite content to warm his seat. I continue, Madam Speaker. Let me just repeat the last line. Therefore, within the next 4 to 5 years, which is 2012 to 2017, 12 and 5 is 17, it is now 2022. Most of the fuel subsidy will need to be taken out of the equation. That is the UNC Minister of Finance. But Madam Speaker, he went on further. He said in Trinidad and Tobago, our electricity, water, fuel and telecommunication prices are among the lowest in the world. As well as there is no land and building taxes, and health services and education, up to tertiary education, are also free. That was the UNC's justification and explanation for the condition in Trinidad and Tobago in 2012. But the copy of Madam Speaker, trying to incite public discord when the government in 2022 is doing exactly what they said should be done by 2017, as committed to by the Minister of Finance in the budget forum in 2012. Madam Speaker, I don't want to call them hypocrites, I just call them useless. The final point I want to make, Madam Speaker, is that there's one point I have not yet discussed it with the Minister of Finance, but I've looked at it during the day. And I think that a case can be made and is to be made to the Minister of Finance to re-examine the relief that is available for fishermen. I know that in the ministry there are provisions for some relief for fishermen with respect to fuel. I understand that is not being fully utilized. We are going to look at it again, Madam Speaker, and to see what kind of support we can give to fishermen, because they have a case that we must look at. And with respect, Madam Speaker, to the final point I want to make, it is respect to the fare to Tobago. Madam Speaker, we had made it quite clear before we made that major expenditure, those two ferries. We did say that we are going to spend the money and give Tobago the best ferry service that's available. At that time, they were beating up and down about no ferry, no ferry, no ferry, no ferry. We said we will fix it, Madam Speaker, we have fixed it. There are 2 world-class ferries sailing to and from Tobago, and I suspect that they can even make more than 1 trip per day between Trinidad and Tobago if the volume requires it. And Madam Speaker, that is in place, and we did spend hundreds of millions of dollars to keep Caribbean Airline viable, and now the airline is looking towards providing a better service to Tobago. The Minister of Finance is committed. It may involve additional aircraft, but CAL is now in a position to make a better contribution to Tobago. But it simply cannot be, Madam Speaker, that you try to incite people and tell them that the fare is $700 by cost, and you've been asked to pay $200, and therefore the government wicked. That is just politics and more politics. Madam Speaker, this budget is about allocation. We've done the best that we could have done with $556 billion. It is not elastic, and since there is no objection to any line item of $1 in this budget, Madam Speaker, I think the Minister of Finance deserves to be acknowledged as having done a good job, and I beg to move.
Minister of Finance.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Make today a lucky day with KFC Lucky 7 bucket. Savings never taste so good. KFC in your neighborhood. 7 pieces are delicious. Mouth-watering chicken. 5 regular size for $1.17. Now that's savings. KFC Lucky 7 bucket. 7 bucket. We're lucky with KFC.
Happy to save with a KFC Lucky 7 bucket for only $117.
We're lucky with KFC.
91.9 is counting down 91 days of Christmas. Yes, 91 days of Christmas. lucky. Prizes to be won. Giveaways. It's the 91 days of Christmas on the street. 919 FM.
I could sing a good serenade. Oh, it's Christmas.
91.9 Bago Bashment presents on board the Embassy Tobago Carnival Boat Ride Week.
Tobago Carnival Boat Ride Weekend.
Boarding at the Pigeon Point Jetty. Kicking things off from the 24th to the 30th of October. Walk with your food and coolers. Come experience October 24th. Pan on the boat. October 25th. ISO on the boat. October 26th. Chutney on the boat. Tickets are $200. Available at islandetickets.com or 91.9 FM Tobago. The party continues October 27th. Water on the boat. October 28th. Power Soca. October 29th. Groovy on the boat.
October 30th.
Juve on the boat. Tickets are $200. Available at islandetickets.com or 91.9 FM Tobago. For tickets, call 814723-363-4030 or 368-1932 or check us out on Facebook at Embassy Cruises for bookings or email at embassycruises@gmail.com. Tobago Carnival Ride Weekend.
Tobago Carnival Ride Weekend.
Want to furnish your home in style? Stylus Furniture makes this possible. Shop using our affordable layaway options to purchase any of our modern sectionals, dining, living room, or bedroom sets, and receive a dinner voucher for two at Ateliers Restaurant and Lounge. For further information, contact us at 652-2542, 652-2688, and 790-1202. You can also visit any of our branches located at 101 Cracknesh Village, Princestown, and 51 Rushwood Street in San Fernando. Stylus Furniture, for the style in you.
Hi, Trinidad and Tobago. This is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Maraval Road, 91.9. Our services start from, 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning from the first, the second, and last Wednesday of the month. We are going to have a T-I-M-E time in the presence of God. We will be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.9 FM Street Live, Port of Spain, Maraval.
Your Tobago Carnival experience begins here. The ultimate carnival premiere event. The first premiere event of Tobago Carnival 2022. Your event celebrity cast starring Showin Winchester, Kamanabi, Viking Ding Dong, Swap Dance Swabby, Mr. Oscar B, the beautiful Adana, Mr. Iwer George, straight out of St. Vincent, Kimmy Fabulous, Patrice Roberts, the soca queen herself, will be gracing the stage live with all her massive hits. October 25th, Pigeon Point Beach, Heritage Park. Are you ready?
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division? Yes, sir. I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries. Excuse me, sir? Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes, Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I could buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arapita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 63 Tools.
All right. Thanks, boss. Nah, man.
Granny!
Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845, 349-5178, or 342-7303.
Good about I'm looking like a real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it was wet.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ill and you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the house of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the Street 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come easy, line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute Gadamari, King Selassie.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Sleeping time. Sleeping time.
All right, good looking people. We are back. Thank you so much for staying with us. Boy, it was pace in all your ways in the parliament a short while ago. The Prime Minister had a lot to say. And I'm going straight to the phone lines because I know a lot of you have a lot to say about what he said.
Sleeping time.
The man called them potong, you know.
Sleeping time.
When I tell you a shame. Caller, you live?
I show it.
Mommy, this man mouth needs soap.
I love him for so.
Mommy, potong, you know.
I show it. Leave with him. Leave him alone. Aisha, one thing I can tell you. Dr. Rowley is always focused on good things for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. The opposition leader could do what they want. You hear? And you realize they try to distract him also too, right?
Of course, and nobody even had he to study. Mommy, oh please. Let's see who else is there. Call me back, Mommy. Call me back. You get disconnected. Caller, you live?
Good afternoon to you. Aisha Wells.
Good afternoon, Kingsley.
And Aisha Wells, I must say good evening to my PNM family. And
listen, the things I want to say on the radio, Tat go ban me. You's a wicked cowboy.
And
PNM family war. You said the PNM?
Aisha, can I make my contribution, please? 2 hours I mean calling. I give everybody to speak. I want to thank you always, Aisha, for giving me the opportunity to have my contribution on your program here. Aisha Wells, again, I want to say good afternoon to my PNM family. I said this internal election is for the uncle of the nation. May God bless his soul.
Don't break down and cry this evening. I'm not doing that crying thing with you, eh?
And may God bless his soul wherever you are, in good heavens. Hell is waiting on Dr. Rowley. Hell is waiting on you, Rowley. But Aisha, the former Prime Minister, the uncle of the nation, want us but a man out of control. And after this evening, listening to Dr. Rowley, we see it. We see Manning words in foreshot. We see a rat rider barking at pottongs. Pick a fight. Pick me, Rowley. Who will fight with you? Don't back at pottongs. Back at a beast. It seems to me, Aisha Wells, everything what Manning say about Dr. Rowley, it come to truth. We have seen it in our face. We see a man was out of control this evening here. Nobody can come control that what rider, that dog. We're going all over the place. I went to that afternoon to the high profile people who text me yesterday.
So you know nobody never texts you.
I want to thank many of them who is going to vote for Karen in the internal election on the law. Those say nothing. I will talk. Because when Manning won us and they embarrass the uncle of the nation and they run him, how could I forget that? How could I forget? Dr. Rowley tell us the man who put him out of cabinet. Dr. Rowley, I'm
not doing that today. I'm not doing that today.
Dr. Rowley, I'm asking the question you know. You walk over and Manning. Dr. Rowley, we are asking the question you know. When Kinsey come on the service, he don't come to make allegation or libel or scandal by name. But he asks questions. Aisha, sometimes I have to say it before.
I'm not doing this crying with you today, okay?
Aisha, don't Manning walk over here. Do Rowley walk over here on Manning. When man come and tell him, when Dr. Rowley they have the speech with Prime Minister talking to the community. One of the speakers come out and say he got a dream from Manning. Manning come to him in his spirit and Dr. Rowley tell him, do not tell the crowd, tell me after. I am asking Dr. Rowley now. Dr. Rowley come in and correct your statement. Correct that statement you make. We want to know if you walk Obi and kill Manning.
We ain't making no dotage mistake. Hallelujah. So when them opposition get their good take.
Listen, I cried in the studio here, my eyes full of water. Something wrong with this boy, though. All you laughing on the live, all you seeing this boy need help. It's a whole year he did stop crying. You know, he start back. No, man, this not normal. I ain't care what nobody said. This not normal. Call on your live.
Aisha, my mother, God bless her soul, used to say when a big man crying unnecessarily, he's a crying A, you know.
But you only crying, breaking down all over the place so far.
Crying. Big men don't cry so much. Now, all men don't cry. But see, big men, you can be crying repeatedly every day on the station. Something wrong with you. Right? There's something wrong with you. But you know, Aisha, you know, I listen to Dr. Rowley there, and I am proud to be associated with Dr. Rowley. Aisha, well, let me tell you something, eh? You see leadership? People will say, I remember I'm talking to some colleagues today, and I tell them, I said, Karen, you know, Shara, rate issues like when, what the golf course, and all kind of things. I said, Karen never raised one issue of how she would transform the PNM. She won the leadership of the PNM, and she never bring anything to say, if I missed it, well then all right. But I didn't hear her say anything of how she would transform the PNM. Not only that, University Sharon never brought about the question of a team. She just won leadership to be Prime Minister. And that is an indication that, you know what, she's not ready yet. But listen, Aisha, good program. I'll listen to Dr. Rowley. I feel real good. And the UNC needs to know when to interrupt Dr. Rowley. Dr. Rowley would not give way in this situation where he's trying to address the whole issue of what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago. And it was well addressed, and I'm very, very much pleased. Kingsley, take it easy, brother. Take it easy. You're crying too much. Big men don't cry too. All the best, Aisha.
Sleeping time. Sleeping time.
Caller, you live.
Aisha, good evening.
Gemma, carry that boy's sentence for me, please.
Sentence too good for you. Aisha, people really don't underestimate what they say. Dr. Rowley didn't call them potong. He said akin. Like that. He didn't say they are potong. He said they are akin. Like potong. Didn't really say it's potong, And the reason why Dr. Rowley, they call him Rottweiler and all kind of thing, because of the thing was it called a hat. That is what made here, Mr. Manning, that getting in the piece of contention was nothing else. But because of that, so when you hear people bobbing the gum and saying all kind of things, just as how they misinterpreted what the lady say, what Champa say. People just want to say things what they want to hear. You understand? They don't care if a lie on people or what. And that is what plenty people has been doing. You better stop that nonsense, because it's not right. Okay.
You hit them bam bam bam. Somebody say you got to like the man. He have a touch of Eric William, huh? Hallelujah. We ain't making no dosage mistake. Hallelujah. What the opposition get, they go take. Hallelujah. When I say okay, you know what I mean. Hallelujah. Get all your broom, we sweeping this country clean. Hallelujah. We can't fail. Hallelujah. Licks in the tail. Great is the PNM, it shall reveal.
All right, we're live.
Yeah, Aisha, you call that leadership. Leadership. You always don't tell people what they want to hear. Tell them the truth. And we are very, very thankful for him speaking the truth. When you have to make decisions, whether they like it or not, make the right decisions for the whole population. As a Prime Minister, he must be financially and economically sensible, psychologically sensible, and sociologically well placed by the people. He must never lie or cause excitement, stupid excitement. We thank him for his good moves and his implementations for the population of Trinidad and Tobago. We thank him very much. And we don't want things with parties. We want people to make good decisions for the country. And your biggest thing as a Prime Minister is your financial decision. We don't want what happened in Pakistan and Bangladesh in them area to happen. And we ain't going to no IMF. We will help ourselves. As we say to everybody, if you're poor, you save your money and invest your money. Make sure you're cheap and tight and focused. We never hide the word. Do like the Syrian, the Chinese, the Portuguese, everybody else. Don't blame nobody else. We blame ourselves. Thank you.
Caller, you live.
Hello, good evening, Aisha.
Hi, love.
Yes, darling. How you going? You all right?
Well, I did poke no beef.
Well, I too. Yeah, I'm glad you saying him. Great is the PNM. Hallelujah.
Yay.
It ain't nobody else. Great is the PNM.
Great, great.
Night there, darling.
You too, my darling.
Right. Okay.
All right, all the best.
The air was ready, people chant. The delivery was a gem. As the document passed to present 50 years of the PNM, from self-government to independence, Republican status too. Impressive record, the people applaud the things that the party do. He said the whole of our world, we are the salt of the earth, no racial or cultural divide. Not like Duck and Run and them convicted one they have on the other side, huh? Hallelujah. He said we are making no dotish mistake. Hallelujah.
Caller, you live.
Hi, Shovels. Good afternoon to you and to all the listeners.
Hi.
I, Shovels, I listened carefully to what just took place. And I want to talk from a sensible standpoint.
Let me hear.
Right? From after what I just saw in the parliament, I see Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley in an election mood. I see Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley in a fighting mood. I see him defended his whole team. He defended them on every ground. And you know what it had? It had no opposition to tell him that he was lying on anything he said. No, let me be real. All you know is not no piano. And I ain't trying to sound like a piano or pick like a piano. But when we have a government in the parliament, and you don't have a real opposition to really get to the point and you know, fight to show the country that what this government is doing is wrong, then I had to say, I had to give PNM the way, because I didn't see no opposition stand up to Keith Christopher Rowley and say that anything that he said was untruth or wrong. He defended everything. He defended the party. And that's what a leader's supposed to do, right? I am still looking for the leader of the opposition to come out and stand up like a leader. But I say Saturday, and I say it, and I continue to say that she needs to go home and get a real leader to stand up for the opposition, because as you could see, Keith Christopher Rowley, like he drink dragon blood or something this evening. He in election warring mood, and it ain't nobody to keep him quiet right now. That is what Brooklyn see this afternoon. And I don't know what the rest of them seeing, but he bullying and he doing and he calling them potong. There's damn potong, because they can't say he was wrong in anything he said. He defended himself and he defended his party. That is what our leaders do. So that's what my contribution is this afternoon.
Caller, you live.
Wait now, that Brooklyn?
That Brooklyn.
Yes, the medication reaching everybody.
Everybody shocked.
Yes, because Aisha, I was telling our group today, why people feel that they just like Dr. Rowley because they are PNM. When he speaks, you get impact. And that's why you went here on settles where the one who shaved his hair and looking his beard and feel that he's looking bright wanted to give way. You don't give way. My thing is, Aisha, well, one of the things that I felt that, you know, when people talk about Mr. Manning, a man I like very much, know him personally, really nice man. But there was a point in time where I felt, really, that Mr. Manning should have listened to Dr. Rowley. That's all I want to say now. That's all. There was a point in time during his governance, Mr. Manning, a man I like dearly, should have listened to Dr. Rowley. Thank you, Aisha.
We can't fail. 50 years on this trail. Great is the PNM. It shall remain. Sleeping time.
Caller, you live.
Aisha.
Hi, Mano.
Dr. Rowley is that what I always say. Dr. Rowley, pull the throttle, pull ahead, and swing corner when you have to. No matter if you have the wrecking and reverse like you're going forward, to get in the right corner. Do it, Dr. Rowley. And this is what we have to do. We can't wait until it. Listen, Ms. Kamala Prasad, the censor, it is time for you to go home and sit down and remember all the wrong things that you do. Ask God for forgiveness. You see that blood will flow business? That have you so. Because that's one part of the devil operation. Coming up with that, all respect, go and sit down, find some false grandchildren and say about them. Have a nice evening to end the Tobago. Love is the answer. Give somebody something and say nothing about it.
Massive record, the people applaud.
So we see well she have on her page. Caller, you live.
Good evening, my lady.
Hi.
This is what you call management. A manager who managed 40 people. It was what I call a man who has a love for a country, not for a party. And that speech he brought today demonstrates that Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley has a love for Trinidad and Tobago. As you rightfully say, Boohoo needs medical help. He only crying. Somebody needs to come forward and help Boohoo. Have a blessed evening, my lady.
All right, let's see who else is on the outside. Caller, you live. Caller, you live.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Hello? Aisha, I have to go outside on myself today, right? I
I'm
don't
hearing
normally
you.
call back radio programs, right? Right. I don't call back radio programs, but I had to call you back. I just listened. Did I just listen to what Rowley just said in the parliament? And people are saying that he says something different. You in the parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, and your behavior is to say people behave like pottongs? Did I miss something, Aisha Wells? You is in the parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, and that is your kind of behavior, right? But Aisha, I was listening to other radio station with the Minister of Public Utilities, and before the man apologized for his statement about baked ham and macaroni pie, the man doubled down on it, you know. He doubled down. I said, but wait, Aisha, you had a song Come Down From There? There's a song in Trinidad, Come Down From There? I don't know, you know, because you are not living in Trinidad. But listen,
Yeah, that's a real
Marvin
song.
Gonzalez. That's a song? Okay, Marvin Gonzalez. Please, I'm begging you, right? A supporter of the PNM. When you all make mistakes, you all come to the people and apologize and say, listen, I may have used my wording incorrectly, and I apologize for using that type of wording, and here's what I meant. And the same thing for Rowley. When Rowley is in cabinet, Rowley needs to say, listen, that's not what I meant. Mr. Speaker, I take that back, and I don't want to call. Now, listen, so now them ministers them could come and call people outside anything. If the leader, Aisha Wells, a fish doesn't rotten from the tail. Aisha Wells, a fish doesn't rotten from the tail. Right? When your leader in the parliament calling people pottongs or making similarity and saying they're like pottongs, Aisha, it is sad. But Aisha, before I go, let me say a special hello to the next political leader of the People's National Movement, Mrs. Karen Nunes Teixeira, KNT 2022. Aisha, you have a splendid first rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Bring all your broom and sweep in this country clean. Hallelujah. We can't fail. 50 years on this train. Hallelujah. Great is the PNM. It shall remain.
All right, you're live. Caller, you there?
Aisha, that man in America, why he keep himself on Wall Street and stop calling every minute that talking a set of damn nonsense? God, boy. It's getting sickening now. God, boy. Yeah. God.
Take it easy, Gemma. Caller, you live.
Hi, Aisha.
Hi.
I am calling from Miami, Florida.
Go ahead,
listen to you
Florida.
all the time. Yesterday, I listened to another frequency in the morning, and Karen Nunes Teixeira was on. I was so appalled because she spoke about when Eric Williams started the party, it was meant for the grassroots, and she would like to do so many things within the PNM. Now, I do not know where she was all these years because I haven't heard from her or as if she's doing anything in the communities. But my parents told me charity begins at home and ends abroad. Karen Nunes Teixeira after her husband passed, put her sister-in-law out on the street. If you cannot put your family and keep your family together, the extended family, how can you want to run Trinidad and Tobago? How can you feel for them? You actually put them out in the street. She needs to go and mind her business at home. Thank you very much.
Caller, you live.
Miss Aisha, good evening.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Right, I just get in really and I hearing Mr. Canal, Street Wall Street, talking about Dr. Rowley. Everybody does hear what Dr. Rowley say, but when the other people saying all kind of things, they doesn't hear that. All who call him whatever jackass and this and that and black and Ori and all kind of things, they didn't hear that. Understand? And he never said that. He said they're behaving like 25 potong backing by the fence. And he's quite right. Kingsley, you're crying boy, baby. Let me tell you something in Tobago here. Our mother used to say, crocodile chairs could only catch monkeys. And it had no monkey in PNM. So don't cry, Kingsley. You can't keep that crocodile chairs you're shedding. Now working. Kunji, I will get at you too. You're coming to tell the ladies and them don't disrespect Miss Karen Nunez, Teixeira, because she's a lady like them. But all you disrespect Dr. Rowley to the highest level. All you even disrespect Mr. Manning. All you didn't say about him. All you disrespect Mr. Chambers. Call him all sorts of things. Right? Duncy, this, that, bam, put him back to front on a donkey and all sorts of things. Or even call Dr. Williams, all sorts of things. But you come there this evening to talk rubbish. Kunji, I'll get all the act right, eh? And Mr. Shera, you go right ahead. You're going to get the finest cocktail because you're not going. You're just going to interrupt PNM thing and to say whatever. When you're coming on Miss Aisha show, come and explain the whole Clico thing where you take your money and all your friends who you would have tell before to take out their money before Clico crash. That's the only thing you could come and talk about. Because I am blaming you personally. Me, Monsignor, blaming you personally for making Mr. Manning lose that election. You was the main cause. That was the talk of the tongue. That Mr. Manning allowed you to do wrong as the finance minister. And poor Mr. Manning, he was innocent there because when he do find out, he didn't do what he had to do already. Shut your mouth, Mr. Shera. You, Kingsley, Kunji, Wall Street, I tell you, go up to Wall Street where the big black bull is, take out a picture and send it back. And you come this evening to call PNM people H, wherever you call them something hypocrite. You are the biggest hypocrite and dunce that it have. Which class you was teaching? A class of duncy head idiots like you. What professor you, boy, look, give me a chance. Let me get off the radio before I say something bad. I'm going, Miss Aisha. Have a good evening. Reach home safe when you're done.
We're getting ready to go.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All right, let's go.
Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street.
You understand when my Prime Minister talk how intelligent he is? He don't deal with potongs like you know. So try your best now. And come off the station.
Election time is here.
Caller, you live.
What we going to do? Hallelujah. Yeah, what my Prime Minister said to him? Since, this is the last part of the speech, since none of you all on that side has any amendments to anything that was read in the budget here, you know what that means, Aisha? Nothing that was outlined in the budget for the Ministry of Health, for the Minister of Health, the Minister of Works and Transport, nothing in the budget the opposition could have said that couldn't work or that. You understand what I'm saying? They had nothing. You know what the man tell them? You make a statement about Larry Hawaii. A man jump up, interrupt him. He go back and bring back the bill. And now he decide to jump up. To say what? You can't say they didn't shoot it? Well, Dominic was pushing that we all along. So we know.
And we're coming back according to the Minister of Finance talking right now, according to him. I know it feels to be in opposition for 10 years, right? And you one they might be for the next 5. Why did they take more money? Whenever Minister of Finance tell me they were making $95 oil back, or $95 for oil. They were making $53 billion, I saw, and still they're going and borrow $7 billion to spend. They met a budget of $43 billion under Mr. Manning. If they had continued that when they leave, they met a budget of 63, I saw. They're spending, it is, I saw, you're working for $1,000 and spending $1,700. You could sustain that. A gas deficit of 14 in 5 years, then use $14 billion for gas subsidy, I said. You think that makes sense? We could have been an hospital. Enjoy your evening. Hallelujah. See you in a minute.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Caller, you live?
Aisha.
Yes.
Well, I talked to Dominic already, but I can't tell you how to run your program. I listen to Parliament. I listen to debate and whatnot. And this fella from New Jersey, I don't know why he only concerned about Trinidad. I shall be concerned about all this. All the defend we took, we defend them all. Start to stop this fella in the track. I tell them about that, I tell Pastor Google. Let's come out to hear all this. Support all this. Stop this. This is fella come and just think about the Prime Minister. You know, Munilal, if you go to the archive and get Munilal debate. Munilal inciting people to tell things behind all the ministers and them about nothing. He ain't talking nothing about that. He inciting war on the ministers and them. All that has stop this fella from New Jersey in the track. I'm sure you don't have hundreds. You don't need heat to be cold and they always be on the pain and people please. You have to put in the track. Stop him from all the leave. All I can't be doing that. I'm not telling you to run your program, but all I can't be doing that. That's how come you are right. I have rights to talk for that too. What I don't really call it. But it's list. Every time man always and the next one from what they call Tabaki, they'll be doing the same thing too. You call all that I shall know because no UNC station, nobody could go and do that. Look where the puppy and them, the 2 puppies and them. You go do that? Right.
Thank you, darling. Thanks for venting.
Priority 1 on the national agenda. Hallelujah. We are making no dotage mistake.
Caller, you live?
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Hi, love.
Aisha, hi. So, I don't know who the caller was who was so disrespectful. First of all, is the Honorable Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, not no Rowley. All right? And he talking about he should apologize. When their leader went up and called him Oreo and all this sort of things. Nobody ain't saying nothing. And the Prime Minister was not disrespectful. He was not disrespectful. And Kingsley, I will send you some bounty, not even tissues, because you're always crying all over the place. A couple of years ago, you was on the next station bawling down for UNC. Now you're bawling down for... oh, gosh. Anyways, Aisha, I love this show, and I support. I'm not there, but I support, because I'm a Trinidadian, regardless of where I may reside. But I support the Honorable Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley all the way. All right? Well, let's stay blessed. And great show as usual. Bye.
Past to present 50 years of the PNM. From self-government to independence, Republican status to...
Caller, you live?
I agree with the lady what thou don't speak. This Mr. Wall Street, I fed up on a man. Damn nonsense that be talking up and calling too often to talk a certain nonsense. Stay in Wall Street. God, man. What?
Take it easy, Gemma. Caller, you live?
I sure it has been a case where people always, Dr. Rowley don't call people names. You remember when he said, girls fighting in schools like hyenas. That's one. When the opposition leader did something and he said it's like a behavior could be purported something like geometry. So he always, have context. And you know what they do? They put it in their own way. He called them names. Dr. Rowley don't call anybody names. He put it into context like this and that, like that. And that's how they changed it around. And today, it was like Potong. But the speaker just said, all right, use a different term. And she was correct. But the message is out there that they're backing in the house there without making any positive change. And like my colleague from Barataria said, Aisha, you have a budget. And they could not add or take away. Just criticize the government. Something wrong with the UNC. Good programming, girls. Nice calling. I love it. Take care of yourself. How the boys?
Them boys good. Thank you so much for asking.
All the best.
All the best, my darling. Who's there? You live?
You didn't see that.
Will you come out, Anderson?
I want to wish you all the best too. On your slate.
You're not going up for no damn election, boy.
What she did that is not sure they're going. A little black boy from Schumacher Club and tell him. I think the black people, I would like to cry down black people so boy. And when it comes to the Sharon lady, I remember this one who was called Quebeco or Mr. Quebeco. Yeah, that back in alley. I can remember she said, we were talking about a man. What's in joke about this? And he's at that. And what's in joke? Wipe out the PDP, wipe them out clean. I don't want the same thing to happen with all the people. Them are cantankerous people. Remember someone else say, Aisha, we love you, we're meeting you down by you waterfront. And when you made a mistake and said you're going up for Port Accident South, they know you're a bat, they know you're a rat, they know you're a dirtiness. There's nothing they have to say about you. So, but when it comes to the Sharon lady, I wish all the best because she's a black sister. Like I just try my father, so I always wish people good. But only be careful, because in the PNM, the most of the cantankerous, deceitful, conniving, larger blessed, sucunias. I shall never forget what I did to you, you know. And no wonder why they still talk to Kingsley. But Kingsley, you come back home. Kingsley, I hear on that. The PNM don't worry around them. You have to know where you're for, you know, Kingsley. It's hurt me to hear you talking so, but you come back home. You need the PNM skin. The skin you have, Kingsley. Right? You ain't no PNM, you have the skin. I shall go not down Wall Street. I continue to tell you all that I beat them Schumacher. When the PNM when the UNC were out of party of governing this country, the subsidization on a pricing road and walk up pricing road with Christmas bags. And when I see Wall Street can leave, that little black boy from Schumacher, Professor Wall Street can leave and stay from in America and send things to children in Schumacher. Can I see them having a little Christmas bag when PNM ain't getting them nothing? Only leave Wall Street alone now. Leave Punji alone. Leave the little Paul just calling here. As we make Aisha program, as we just and even not for people like me and Kingsley and others. All I know program because one thing Aisha. I don't feel tell her dead Aisha. That's what all of us call and say. I don't feel tell her dead. But one other I'm sure the white before them come in. Left some of them come in your program. Because when you work at the heel and the toenail, the car was shoved that. I shot great program as usual, and you know we love you. All your nasty PNM people who don't like Aisha Welch. The same thing with Karen, you know. But all be careful. All of us call him watching Joe paper, man, and he beat all your pan in Tobago. So all your PNM, something like all like Aisha. Aisha, the same thing with Karen, the same thing like you was going up with the Lavender South. And don't forget what they say about Karen, they didn't say.
Anderson, go and make a bake and come off the radio now. All right, we're getting ready to shut things down in a few minutes. Caller, you live.
Aisha, tell Anderson. Let me tell you something, Don't bring no black thing and black man from America. Anderson, a man is good because he could give you something. And don't compare Wall Street with the PNM giving you something. Because I know for a fact that Aisha was among many people, Anderson, and people you don't know. When Aisha make a call to help children in school books and so on, a lot of PNM people that contribute from this program. You know that? But we don't want our name called. So, Anderson, take it down. Wall Street is an African fella. You have to learn to respect the Prime Minister, who is also an African man. So they are African people. If they can't really do what is expected, we can do without you. I wanted to let one time, Anderson. Right? I know you like your girl Aisha. But hey, respect us out here. Don't love Aisha and disrespect us. Because Aisha wouldn't want that either. All the best, Aisha. Be safe.
Thank you, bro. Just a few more minutes left. Get in. Caller, you live.
Hey, good afternoon, Aisha. Well, you know how long I since Aisha getting since this country calling. But anyway, nevertheless, Aisha, I must say, Dr. Rowley is one of the leaders of this country. He's a very strong leader, sober-minded, speech coherent, properly well-mannered. He ain't slurring and he not advised, right? And you see, Karen Nunes Teixeira, I want to know where you were the last 14 years, right? And to come back home just so to govern to run who Aisha, that woman. Now, I support, let's come on your program and have a debate, you know. But I want Dominic to be there too. You understand? I want Dominic to be there too, so it could be a very fruitful debate. And until that, I don't hear Karen, I don't see her because she has gone out the one station and lamblast Dr. Roddy and PNM. So you want to support the party and in the same way you're between PNM. Aisha, it was a nice program. You be jump safe and Nations Road. That's nice.
That's why all around every place in town is Lucas leading the dance. We talking about the ultra-modern social infrastructure.
Aisha, where's good afternoon, there, boy, here. The opposition, the Miss Opposition leader, Kamala, she frightened, she's shaking. She can't talk.
A call cut you off. We'll come back to it. Call you live.
Aisha Wells, let me say, Anderson, you are absolutely correct, Aisha Wells. Think about that, right? Anderson call, then some.
All right, Wall Street, I don't know what's going on with your phone. Organize it now. Caller, you live.
Hi, good evening, Asia.
Hi.
I was listening to another station, listening to Gonzalez, and you were saying that the injustice expressed and the media did him by taking snippets of what he said before and saying now, because of the budget and the high price of gas, he said they eat less macaroni pie and ham. And it's sad to know what the media reads through in this country.
Caller, you live.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, Aisha, calling from Tobago.
Go ahead, Tobago.
Tell Sharon Nunes she will get one of the finest cocktail. So let she know bother, tell she no bother to come up against Rowley. You know what she should do? She should go and marry to Watson Joke and sit on one side.
Lord Father Tobago, all you brutal over there, boy. Thank you. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon to you, Aisha.
Welcome back.
Well, at other time I say, well, he's not a Trinidadian because he Anderson, he supported Wall Street gaining before me. You know how long I tried to gain? I mean, Anderson, me and you good boy, but I is a Trinidadian, so we tell my Wall Street must gain 18 times to bash the PNM people. Why never call Kadisha was given wrong statement about the PNM not attending public celebrations during the opposition. It was proven wrong by the very set Google right in this program where they play back. When Kamala said that we have, after the Wall Street Kuchula called she real name and said that slave name, we was Wall Street. Wall Street, you can't fool me, you know. I for the same way. You can use 3 and 4 times and talking a set of foolishness but who must apologize. Why you never call on the political leader of the opposition to apologize for many wrong statements she has said? The black man says, she lie and says, the black man, she say, when we are the paved Wall Street, you feel everybody dotish. You don't want to come with the Katibala, Batubo, Butubo, and you professor. We ain't no professor, no. But we're not daughters. You're moving on this evening, selling dog whistle. And you ain't calling and he, none of them. They're moving on them, criticize, Roger, to the height. They complain, they said I was going to court. Every refinery was given to them. Oh, you never talk about that, boy? All the time, you only PNM and Dr. Rowley, boy. Dr. Rowley is a astute leader, boy. You calling all kind of people and asking them to stand and apologize. And nothing with the opposition, and then when you feel me dotation to that, it's true you might be a professor. Me ain't no professor, but I have tape and my strength is my fact. You don't know I can't challenge my fact. Use a big thing outside there and you always, and Dr. Rowley called himself the black man. Call on the opposition to make apology, and then I could support you. Foolishness and nonsense. I'm going to let you get away that, you know. Thank you.
Everybody have a chance. That's why all around every place in town is Lucas.
All right, so we literally have 2 more minutes to go. Caller, take me home.
I have a question of the Prime Minister. Who sold the house of the CJ? I would like to know the top 1%. The Prime Minister said that who sold the house? You hear the rent that they moved the CJ in to rent Aisha Wells? And you hear the argument they throw out about the house that they're going to build how much million? You know how much it costs for rent? They sell the house for the CJ. Why would they do that, Aisha Wells? For what reason? The UNC sell the house of the CJ and then want to go back in office? Karen, you have to come and talk to Dominic first before. And I think you're passing that test. Enjoy evening, sister.
Thank you, brother. I am out of here good-looking people until tomorrow. They say it's going to have really bad weather from 5 a.m. tomorrow morning until Friday. So, guys, just be safe, keep it dry, and I'll be back with you tomorrow. Have a good one.
Sleeping